before we talk of what are the methods, I'll give an example. Before explaining anything, I'll make an example for you. Methods of collecting data. Okay, I'll give you an example. See, this is our universe. Universe means the full field of inquiry. This universe can be, let us say, state of J&K, or it may be. Why don't we do one thing? Why don't we make a sweet example out of it? Okay, good. This is our universe. Basically, this is, let us say, a pizza, state of J&K, full district of Anantnag or Srinagar, and I have to collect some data about pertaining to this very particular whole universe. If I am taking a part of this universe into consideration, let us say I am taking this part into consideration, just this part, and I am inquiring this very particular part. Okay, so that means I am not taking whole the universe into consideration. If I would have taken whole the universe, it would have been census method. Okay, but what I am doing, I am taking a sample out of it, so it will be called as the sampling method. So that means what is true of this sample, what is true of this sample will be true of the whole universe. There are certain surveys where you do not require to ask each and everybody. Let us say we have to talk about, we have to discuss about, or we have to inquire about the availability of electricity in locality XYZ. You will go to this locality. Let us say this is now our locality XYZ. This whole circle is our locality XYZ. You will not go to each and every household in locality XYZ one by one to ask them that what is happening, how is electricity, do you have the proper electricity, what are the scheduled cards, do you receive the scheduled cards, etc., etc. But you will do one thing, you will select a particular household, a particular section of households, and you will work on this particular section of households. That will serve your purpose. What will be true of these very households will be true of the whole locality. That is what I mean when I am saying what is true, what is true of a sample is true of the whole population. Got it? Second example for this will be, before we take up the difference between census, definition of census and sampling. Second example for you people will be very simple example. You conduct your blood tests time to time. Okay, for the purpose of your blood test, whole blood from your body is not taken out. Okay, what is taken out? a few drops in a small tube, and that is what is evaluated. Let us say we have to evaluate your HB level, that is hemoglobin level. Okay, your white blood cells, your red blood cells, maybe your clotting time, maybe your bleeding time. These are different tests being performed under the heading of CBC, complete blood count. So what will be done? A small, very small part will be taken, and that part will be evaluated. A sample from whole lot of your blood of your body, a sample will be taken, and that sample will be evaluated. What will be true of that sample will be true of the whole blood, and the results will be what? Declared. So this was what census is, what sampling is. Because census is applicable somewhere, sampling is applicable somewhere. That is why when you talk of the census method, it takes place every 10 years. You know that census takes place every 10 years. Last census was conducted in 2011. Now next will be conducted in 2021. Because it will take each and every unit of your population into consideration. Well, sampling can be done anytime. So let us say sample versus census. It will explain the meaning, the difference, and each and everything you require to know about it. Under sampling method, only few units of the population is studied, while in census each and every unit of the population is studied. Under sampling method, this is the most suitable if population is homogeneous. You know, population is homogeneous. Homogeneous is one word, heterogeneous is other word. What do we mean by homogeneous and what do we mean by heterogeneous? Let us understand first these two words. Homogeneous and heterogeneous. You see, in our survey here of the households, each and every household is obtaining a homogeneous product, that is electricity. Okay, electricity is homogeneous for all. That is why they all, if are receiving the same product from the same grid, from the same electric unit, that is why I am taking a sample out of it, and that sample will tell me about whatsoever is happening. But when I am taking heterogeneity, let us say I am talking about not electricity, I am talking about employment. Every household will run only if there is someone employed in the house, at least one person, head of the family. So here the field of enquiry is heterogeneous now. Some may be employed, some may be not. So this is what we mean by homogeneity and heterogeneity. Homogeneous, same; heterogeneous, different. So if you have homogeneous nature of population, so this method is most suitable for you. But if you have heterogeneous, then you have to take census method into consideration, asking each and every unit of your population. In sampling method, there are margins of error, while the census method is the most accurate method. You can make further 3 points out of this point number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Point number 4, you can make 3 points, different 3 points. Number 1 is Sampling method takes less time. Sampling method requires less manpower, and sampling method is more economic in nature. While the census method takes more time, needs more manpower, and requires a lot of money. That means 4 plus 2 is 6. That means you have in totality on this very page 5 plus 2, 7 points. While you require just how many? 6 at the most in your exams. Sampling method, this is small in proportion, while census method, this is much bigger in portion. There are a lot of merits and demerits which are associated with this sampling method and census method. There are a lot of errors and omissions which are associated with this sampling and census. When you say the word census, this word census in itself is dating back to 1881. It was first time in Indian context. The first census was conducted in 1881. Okay. The origin of the word census is Roman. It's from the Roman language. Okay. In India, it is conducted by a registrar general and census commissioner of India. I am talking about in post-independent India, because I was just talking about 1881. It is under the British rule. Got it? So these were a few more things for you people. But before we conclude, we must know some things about. There is an organization called NSSO, that is National Sample Survey Organization. There are various sources and organizations, okay, both at national and state level, through which statistical data are being collected in India. Census of India and National Sample Survey Organization, NSSO. Census of India and National Sample Survey Organization are major agencies at this level. The Census of India provides you the complete information about demographic conditions of the country. I don't have to explain what is demographic conditions, because we were just using this word in the questionnaire. Okay. After independence, you may say that the first census was held in 1951. It is after independence. It collects information on various aspects of population, such as size of the population, density of the population, literacy, sex ratio, I would say sex ratio, birth, death, etc., etc. So NSSO is one more important topic. That's why I am giving some important tips and tidbits regarding it. NSSO was initiated in the year 1950. NSSO was initiated in 1950. Nationwide, large scale organization it is. Continuous survey operations are conducted in the form of successive rounds. As I said, census takes place every 10 years, so they have to collect the data for whole the time. They have got many functions. NSSO has got many functions. Collection of data relating to industries and corporations. Okay, collection of data on different socio-economic conditions such as literacy, birth, death, density, sex ratio, employment, etc. Coordinate surveys to collect data from agricultural sector, land, livestock, or release collected data on different socio-economic subjects through reports, and it is quarterly journals. Quarterly journal. Its quarterly journal is known as Sarvekshana. You must search it. Sarvekshana. Okay, you must search it on Google. Sarvekshana. It is a quarterly journal. Quarterly means it is published every 3 months. You got it? So, dear students, here I think that we have been talking about a lot of things, but under census and sampling method, when you say when I was talking about the errors, there is a chance of errors to take place that are known as, please, sampling and non-sampling errors. Okay. So when we say sampling and non-sampling errors, sampling error is the difference between the result of study. I'll write it for you people with different color. Sampling error is the difference between the results of studying a sample and inferring a result about population. And the result, it's a bit technical, that's why I am writing, and you can copy it as well. Population and the result of the census of the whole population. While non-sampling error can occur in any type of survey. Got it? Whether it be a census or sample survey. Look here, I am giving you two different things. Sampling error is the difference between the results of studying sample and inferring a result about population. So when there is a difference in between the sample taken and the population, the results of census of the whole population, if there is a difference between, that is called a sampling error. Well, non-sampling error can occur in any type of survey, whether it is a census survey or a sampling survey. So this is what was remaining. I just at the completion I remembered that this must be explained to you people in a good manner, in a proper manner. Maybe a 1 mark or 2 mark question is being asked about it. So here we are done with the census method and the sampling method, along with its Census of India and NSSO. I also told you people what it is all about, and there will be certain more small things which we will cover in the notes, and maybe that are that much non-essential that I am not covering here. But this is whatsoever I covered here is very important from the board point of view, syllabus point of view, and examination point of view. So here I'll take a leave of yours. May God bless you, and may God help us all to overcome any problem. Thank you.